Films are creations like none other. They can make you happy, they can make you sad, they can make you angry, they can make you cry, they can make you inspired, they can make you completely and utterly scared shitless. And that's why I love movies. They can do a little bit of everything. Movies have a power like nothing I've ever seen before. And because of that, it's important that we respect the art form. So do me a favor. Don't be like me. A few nights ago, I fell asleep scrolling through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of movies on Netflix. My body was like, hell no, I'm going straight to sleep. The following afternoon, I had some downtime, and I thought to myself, maybe I can watch a movie, but it wasn't near TV. So I busted out my iPhone, and then I got some headphones, and then in broad daylight, I started watching a scary movie. Not only was it a terrible, terrible movie, Mercy Black, Blumhouse, I am not happy with you, but it was also just broad daylight, and I saw my reflection in the phone the whole time I watched the movie, and it was just a terrible, terrible experience. I find myself resorting to streaming far too often. I got Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Shudder, and I'm just looking through awful movies in order to find that next hidden gem. I shouldn't have to watch so many awful movies all the time, but I do. It's my own fault, really. I can't blame these streaming platforms because they do have a lot of great original stuff. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about streaming that just doesn't fill that void for me. What I guess I'm saying is don't forget about the masterpieces. I'm talking about the silent films, Nosferatu, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Let's not forget about the Lon Chaney performances. Let's not forget about Haxan. Let's remember where this genre came from. And then don't forget about the films of the 60s and 70s that actually changed the face of horror. We can't have some of these original films now that we have today without all these previous films. So if you find yourself scrolling through Netflix on your iPhone, or you find yourself looking through Amazon Prime and not finding exactly what you want while you're lying in bed, do yourself a favor. Stop. Get off your couch. Get out of your bed. Go to your DVD section. Go to your VHS section. Go to your Blu-rays and pick out a masterpiece. Remember back in the day before streaming when you were working that DVD player and after the movie would go through, it would go back to the menu screen and it would go on loop for a little bit and then it would play through the movie again. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I watched the original Amityville Horror only to wake up at like 3 a.m. with the menu screen screaming, "Get out!" It would scare the living crap out of me in the middle of the night. I love that. I also remember one hot summer night when I had the windows open, I was watching The Shining and I fell asleep and it looped through the entire night. The next day when I left my apartment, I saw on my door a neighbor had stuck a piece of paper with the word Red Rum written on it. Clearly I should have closed my windows. But that's the beauty of watching something on DVD. You can wake up in the middle of the night and be completely scared by a menu screen. I guess what I'm trying to say is, as wonderful as streaming is, and it is wonderful, trust me, don't get me wrong here, but I think what I'm trying to say is, again, don't forget the past. Don't forget where the horror genre came from. Don't forget the life the horror genre led in the 80s when VHS came to life and we got to go to these stores and we got to see these boxes and we got to see all this amazing stuff that we had never previously been able to see before. Remember, nothing is scary in the daytime. Nothing is scary when you're watching on a tiny little phone. And nothing is scary when you're with a big group of friends. If you love horror, don't be like me. Don't give in to streaming all the time. Don't give in to the ease and access of a mobile phone. Go to the movie theater. I know it's super expensive, right? Well, go to the theater on a Tuesday night when the prices are way, way cheaper and there's just like that one other sketchy dude that's in the theater with you. Perfect opportunity to scare yourself silly. Watch an actual DVD when you're home all alone and watch it with the lights off in complete and utter darkness. Don't tell me a movie isn't scary if you watched it in the daytime. I mean, isn't this why we watch horror films? To scare the living shit out of ourselves? Thanks everyone for listening to my rant. Please let me know in the comments below what was the last film that you saw on physical media. For me, it was The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. I love Don Knotts. It's ridiculous, but I can't help it. I love it.